Okay guys, so we are going to learn about the midpoint theorem in this video. Midpoint theorem states that the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and is equal to half of it. Draw the diagram first. Triangle as triangle A, B, C, where these are my midpoints of AB and AC. Let them be D and E. Now, if we have to prove anything, there are certain steps to follow, right? So first we have to write down what is given to us. So what is given here? There is a line segment which is joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, right? So we are given a triangle ABC, right? I have drawn the diagram, so we know it. And it says the midpoints. So I can say D and E are midpoints of sides AB and AC respectively. Second step comes that what we have to prove. We have to prove that the line segment DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC, and also I have to prove that DE is equal to half of BC. Now, can we prove it by this diagram? Do we need any construction to be made? Yeah, we can't prove it like that. We have to make some construction to prove this. Name this point as F. Now let's mark everything in this figure. So we know that this is parallel to this. By construction we have drawn it, correct? So these are parallel, and we know these are the midpoints. So my AD is equal to DB and AE is equal to EC. Now let's write about the construction we have made in this figure. We have drawn CF, which is parallel to BA and meets DE produced at F. Next step, we have to write down the proof. We need to write down the statements and we have to write the reason for the statement. Okay guys, so let's see. We have two triangles, triangle ADE and triangle CFE, correct? So I think I can take these two triangles. Let's write down the statements to prove and their reasons. First point I would write as, I'm taking the triangles ADE and CFE. Okay, so in triangles ADE and triangle CFE. So I would say the first point that AE is equal to EC. Correct? AE is equal to EC because we are given that E is the midpoint of AC and that is given. Okay, let's move to second point to prove the triangles congruent. So angle AED is equal to angle CEF. AED is equal to CEF. Okay, can anybody tell me how? Yes, correct. So vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Okay, third reason, because I have already drawn this CF parallel to BA. So even DA will be parallel to CF in this case. So I would say that angle EAD is equal to angle ECF as they form alternate angles, correct? So I would say angle EAD is equal to angle ECF because they form alternate angles, right? Okay, so I have got my 3 points for the congruency. So I can say that triangle ADE is congruent to triangle CFE by angle side angle property of congruence. Okay, so I can say that therefore AD is equal to CF. See, AD is equal to CF. Yes, why? CPCT, or I can write down the whole thing. What is CPCT? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles, and they are equal, we know. Okay, but we already know, right? This is third point, that AD is equal to BD. Why? D is the midpoint of AB, and that is also given to us, correct? So from the second and third point, I can write down that CF is equal to BD, right? CF is equal to BD. So I can write down from my second point and my third point, correct? So now what else can I say? I can say that BCFD is a parallelogram, correct? Why? Reason opposite sides CF and BD, which we have already proved, are equal. We have proved equal, correct? And in the previous point, and they are also parallel because we had drawn parallel line by construction. So now it is a parallelogram. So if one pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel, then also we can call it a parallelogram, right? So if you want to get clear on this concept, I have made a separate video that why a quadrilateral is called a parallelogram. So how can we prove it? So that has been given in the description box. You can watch about it. Okay, then therefore what else can I say? That DAF is parallel to BC, correct? As it is a parallelogram, opposite sides of parallelogram. Therefore I can say, because DE is a part of DF, so DE will also be parallel to BC, because this is also opposite side of a parallelogram, we can say. Okay, so we have proved it, right? So we have proved one point what we were supposed to prove, right? So DE is parallel to BC. We have proved it here. Okay, now we have to prove that DE is equal to half of BC also. Okay, now we know that from these two triangles only, we know DE is equal to EF, correct? So I can write down that DE is equal to EF. As why? I can write down the reason that triangle ADE is congruent to triangle CFE and through CPCT. So I can say that DE is equal to half of DF, because D is equal to EF, so I can say that D is equal to half of EF. But then this I can also say that DE is equal to half of BC. How come BC has come? Right? Because DF is equal to BC, right? Because they are in a parallelogram. In parallelogram BCFD, correct? So these two are opposite sides of the parallelogram BCFD, so those are equal. So I can say that is equal to B half of BC. So we have proved both the things, whatever was wanted. First thing was proved here, and the second thing, like D is equal to half of BC, that we have proved here. So I can write down here DE is parallel to BC and DE is equal to half of BC, right? So hence proved. So we have proved the midpoint theorem. In the next video, we'll prove the converse of midpoint theorem. So stay tuned and see you guys.